now we are going to see our next experiment, that is to determine the density of soil using the core cutter method. So coming to our objectives of lab, our lab objectives are to determine the dry density of the field soil and to determine the water content of the field soil. So basically this test is used in the subgrades of the soil in the road pavements to find the density of the field. So the apparatus which we require are the cylindrical core cutter, hammer, steel dolly, weighing balance, knife and oven used to find the water content. So coming to the pictorial view of our apparatus, this is our hammer which is used to drive this cylindrical hollow core into the soil. This steel dolly is to be placed at the top of this cylindrical hollow core, and afterwards this is to be driven into the soil where the density is to be measured using this hammer, and the density can be measured. So coming to the observation part, first of all we are going to weigh the empty core, then we are going to weigh W2 as the weight filled along with this empty core, obtaining the weight of soil as W2 minus W1, and the density will be obtained as the weight of soil divided to the volume of this core. The volume of this core will be known. Water content can be determined by taking a small sample from this soil and placing it to the oven. So now we are going to perform this test in our lab. So now we are going to see the various apparatus which are to be used during the conduction of core cutter method test. Here is the empty dish and some instruments like trowel and other instruments like hammer can also be used along with the sharp edge instruments to drive the sample out of the soil. Along with that we are having the hammer. Here is the dolly which has a height of 25 mm and diameter of 10 cm. Here we are having the core cutter which has a diameter of 10 cm and a sharp edges at the bottom. Next we are having a weighing balance which is used to find the weight of soil. Along with that we are having some containers which are to be used to find the moisture content of the soil. So now we are going to place our core cutter on the soil where the density is to be measured and place this dolly on the top, and hammer is to be used to drive this core cutter into the soil. After that we are going to extract this sample from the soil along with the help of various sharp edge instruments. So now we are in our field. We are going to place this sharp edge at the bottom and place this dolly on the top, and we are going to drive it into the soil where the field density is to be measured. So now we are going to drive it in and extracting it from the soil. Now we are going to weigh it into our lab. Now coming to our lab, we have extracted this sample from the field. We are going to make it plain at the top. After making it a plain surface at the top, we are going to weigh this sample. Now after cutting the extra part of the dolly from the top, making it a plain surface, we are going to weigh the soil sample. Fill the two containers to find the water content of the soil which was extracted from the field. Knowing the empty weights of these containers, that was 20 grams, we are going to weigh these samples. Now to determine the water content, we are going to place these soil samples into the oven for next hours, and after that we are going to find the change in the weight of both the containers. So now after repeating our test for the 3 times with the same set procedure, we are going to see the observations. So here the observations are weight of filled core, weight of the empty core that remains the same, weight of the soil, and the wet density that is found out by density mass by volume. Mass of the soil is known and volume is 1020.5 centimeter cube. So water content has been found out from each of the tests, and the dry density is plotted as gamma dry is equal to gamma bulk upon 1 plus water content. So taking out the average, the value comes out to be 1.722 gram per centimeter cube. Here are more tests and here.